Hello, my name is Gerard Creces and I'm seeking the NDP nomination in Huron-Bruce to run in the October federal election. Now I'm here outside the relics of Canada's proud military past in Vanastra to talk about our future and my stance on war and foreign policy. And I want to start by saying I am dead against our current conflict in Iraq and Syria. The reason why is human rights and hypocrisy. I don't think Canada has any business heading into Iraq to fight under the pretense of human rights atrocities, while our government refuses to acknowledge or clean up its own human rights record, specifically against Aboriginal Canadians. In fact, on Wednesday, May 26th, Conservatives actually voted against a national action plan to end violence against women, and that was brought forward by NDP critic for Aboriginal Affairs, Nikki Ashton. And yes, Huron-Bruce's MP also voted against this too. Plan called for an inquiry into Canada's nearly 1,200 missing and murdered Aboriginal women, and the Conservatives said no. So how does this tie in? Well, two men were murdered in October in Canada, and that was justification to enter into a war. Now, our government tries to turn a blind eye to human rights abuses at home, but has the audacity to try and convince us that war is the only option for human rights atrocities abroad. Some of our biggest allies are known human rights violators. Saudi Arabia continues to punish certain crimes with dismemberment and beheading, the same things that we're after ISIS for. And we're okay with that. In fact, we're selling the military equipment, light armored vehicles. Israel, they continue to occupy the West Bank, and our government supports this wholeheartedly. Canada voted against allowing Palestine observer status at the United Nations. We were one of 9 countries to do that. And this month, the Conservatives actually proposed the idea of making boycotts of products from the occupied West Bank an anti-Semitic hate crime. It's an issue of human rights. It's not an issue of religion. And peaceful protest and consumer choice, that's not a hate crime. But the other reason I oppose this war is I believe that we're creating more global animosity and generating more domestic terrorists with each day that we were over there. Decades of failed intervention in the Middle East have created bitterness towards Canada, the United States, the West in general, and instead of building bridges, we pick sides and we continue to arm native populations on the ground, sending them into danger, while we run airstrikes from the relative safety of the skies. War breeds war breeds war, and as the Taliban can prove to us, allies can quickly turn into well-armed enemies. But if we continue this role as arms dealers while at the same time we're demonizing new Canadians for how they dress or raising anti-Islam hysteria in Parliament and the media, how can we expect anything but further polarization or further violence? And how can we do anything but alienate already marginalized people? And even as we're creating this new generation of veterans, our existing veterans have had to sue the federal government just to get fair disability pay. Where does it stop? Nobody's attacking our freedoms more than the Harper government. And that stay the hell where you came from mindset from Grey Brusso and Sound MP Larry Miller, that sums up my problems with the Conservatives' war. We should take that advice for ourselves. My name is Gerard Creces, and I'm seeking the NDP nomination in Huron-Bruce to run in the October federal election. We need to settle our own conflicts before we go starting others. And we need to take the power back.